Hello everybody and welcome back to Best Friends Who... Why aren't you saying it?
Hold up, let me cook. Fuck.
What does let him cook mean?
Hold up, let him cook.
What does that mean? You've been saying it a lot recently.
Do you know what? I think it's like a phrase, kind of like, let him cook. It's like give him time, let him breathe. Do you know what I mean?
Also, when we were watching TikToks the other night, there was that video of that guy like running on the football pitch and it was going, let him cook, let him cook.
Yeah, it's like, give him the chance. Like it's like if I started chatting to you, risen you up, and it might not be very good at the start, you're like, oh, you got hold on, let me cook. All right, let me cook. And then
like prepare?
Let me get into
Marinate?
it. Yeah, let me get into it. Do you know what I mean? Let me just hold on, let me cook. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. And then I get into it and then it'll be like, oh shit, okay, we let him cook and he's got that dog in him.
What?
He's got that dog in him.
He's got the dog in him.
Dog, yeah. DAWG. Dog.
You've got a dog in you.
Yeah, he's got the dog in him.
What does that mean?
That means
your terminology is too much for me.
It's like you've got...
You're not cool enough to use the word dog.
Sorry. I am very cool, thank you.
In what universe?
Oh, but I don't say it about myself. I don't go, hold on, guys, I got that dog in me. Yeah, normally someone says that about you.
Oh, has someone ever said that to you then?
No, they haven't. But I said it about a FIFA player. So me and Sam play FIFA and he will score. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, Drogba's got that dog in him. That's all it means, really.
Yeah, actually so cringy.
One day someone will say it about me. Someone will be like, oh, James has got a dog in him. Hold on, let him cook. He's got that dog in him.
Do you know who I think is cooking?
Who's cooking?
Tommy Fury. He's cooking a bit too much. He keeps putting off the fight. Is that because he's trying to let himself cook?
Hey, hold on, guys. Let me cook. Hold on. Wait a second. No, I think Tommy will lose to Jake Paul if they do fight.
Well, then it's the 26th of Feb, right?
Yeah.
But didn't he just recently pull out?
No, that was did it with Molly May. I reckon he probably won't. No, he pulled out of another fight. Had another fight in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw a TikTok about it. I think he's fighting a guy called Benny. I don't know.
Yeah.
But something about weight, like, Benny got given one contract and I got given another. We had to be a different weight, and it's all this bullshit. I don't know if it's true, but Tommy has a, tendency to pull out.
Does he?
No, he pulls out a lot apparently in fights. I mean, don't know about his sexual history, but
not in a dogging way.
Not in a dog. He hasn't got that dog in him. I feel like he is struggling. But if Jake Paul is a good fighter, I know he hasn't fought people say he hasn't fought boxers. I don't know if you've ever watched.
Did
Jake Paul
he beat KSI or KSI beat?
No,
Jake
they haven't
Paul?
fought. That was Logan Paul. That's his brother.
Oh shit!
But they won a fight because KSI's no what. Rewind. KSI. No, what the fuck? This is further. Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a good fighter. I've seen him. He's a good fighter, but I feel like he's better than KSI. KSI could probably train and get there, but the thing with Jake Paul, he's gone to he signed one of those professional UFC leagues or the grossest UFC MMA league. Basically, become an MMA fighter, cage fighter.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but we're gonna see him. See if he actually
I
becomes
reckon
good.
Tommy Fury will win that fight if they ever do fight because he's got his whole family don't fuck up.
Thing is, if he fucks up, he's gonna get disowned. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Even though they're not saying that in public, I bet behind closed doors they're like, Tommy, you better not fuck up, mate.
Tommy, I'm a fighting man.
You're a fighting man.
No, I don't know how it's gonna go down, but I'm excited. I kind of want to watch it.
Do it for Bambi. Yeah. Bambi's gonna grow up and be like, oh, my dad's a fucking pussy if he doesn't win.
Well, you never know. He's got a weird build, Tommy. Do you know what I mean? He's got he's very short, I think. I don't know.
He's tall.
Is he? He looks tiny. He's got short boy energy.
No, he's tall. He's tall.
Oh, he looks short.
But
he's got long arms.
No,
I think he's got super long arms.
Yeah.
But
that's what you need fighting though, isn't it? So you can throw punch.
Yeah, that's the one. Punch. Have that punch, Jake Paul. Punch. I think there's multiple things you can do. You can be up close, personal.
Yeah.
Like if I was fighting someone who was short,
yeah,
their idea is to get up close to me so I can't get them away and they're just smacking me. But if I was a tall fighter,
Yeah.
I would keep them at a distance because I can hit them. They can't hit me. Now, if I was to hit you right now, I could punch you a lot further up,
than I could.
Than you could to me. So
I've got quite dinosaur arms, to be fair.
I have dinosaur arms. I have my arms like this all the time.
Yeah, you
like
also
Sterling.
walk on your tippy toes.
If you know who Sterling is, he plays for like England and stuff and Chelsea, whatever. He runs like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex, and I have those same hands, but just casually in the day. I'll just be standing there, and my arms just be like a T-Rex, and I won't move.
Yeah.
I think it's a sign of ADHD. I don't know.
No, it's a sign of autism. And walking on your tiptoes is too. But that's fine.
Oh yeah, I didn't say it wasn't fine. Just didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, I've got to get checked up.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm really excited for this week because me and James are going to a Titanic event. But how fucked up is this? James has never watched the Titanic. Long story short, it's a Disney event, isn't it? Because it's like the Titanic anniversary. So I was like, oh, James, you've got to go. Like, this is going to be so cute. And it's just before Valentine's Day. And then James is like, I've never watched Titanic. Why would I want to watch that?
Yeah, I've never watched Titanic. I don't think that's a big deal.
That is a outrageous deal, because when I told my friends, their jaw literally dropped. Like, how the hell have you gone throughout your 22 years on this planet and have not watched the Titanic? It's just one of those films you have to watch. It's like Avatar, you've got to watch it.
But is it a good film?
Yes.
Nah, it's got fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and the girl's got to pop their titty out, innit? Everyone's like, oh my god, titty.
To be fair, when I was younger, like really young, like 10, and we'd have like girls sleepovers, we would skip it to the paint me like one of your French girls, and then when they're having sex in the car, I think we just
spoilers, man. I haven't watched the film. I'm about to watch it, man. Now I don't even want to go.
Yeah, it's a weird
I haven't watched Star Wars either. I've never watched Star Wars.
Oh no, but I don't intend to watch that.
We're gonna get a lot of hate for that.
I don't care. Star Wars is weird. Like, as soon as I hear someone like Star Wars, I'm instantly put off of you. Like, I don't care. I know that sounds really judgmental. What are you doing?
Trying to do a choke that Darth Vader does.
Is that so? You have watched it?
No, I just know about it, don't I?
Well, yeah, because I didn't like Marvel before, but then you changed my mind on that.
Yeah.
Because we watched it all in like chronological order, and that was actually really fun.
Yeah.
Whereas Star Wars, it's just a bit too nerdy. Like, that's where I draw the line.
I don't think it's nerdy. I just think like when you start a series, sometimes like Breaking Bad, like you wouldn't watch Breaking Bad because there's like bare episodes and bare seasons. You're just like, oh fuck me, this is long. But it's good to get at the start of it. Like if my dad or mum made me watch Star Wars as a kid, then I'll probably be into it because it's my childhood. But never had that, so it was just like, I'm not going to get into it now.
I've seen it in the background, and I just think if you like Star Wars, you're just a weird Donny. And they always spend their money on like really like big collectibles. Like sometimes you walk in the room, they've got that big fucking Darth Vader hat or whatever.
That's sick, bro.
And it's just like, what's going on?
No, I think that's cool. I want a lightsaber. Imagine if lightsabers were real, man. Oh my god, the damage I could do.
What would you do with a lightsaber?
I don't know, kill a few people. Or maybe it'd be easier to light my barbecue or a candle, because shit, when I light a candle with a lighter, it burns my thumb.
It's so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it burns my thumb. So
Yeah,
if I got a lightsaber, I went and the candle just lit up.
Or just get a better lighter.
Yeah, but I also do like getting burnt sometimes. It's like, oh, am I going to get burnt? Am I not? Like,
that's weird.
Yeah, I am a what you call it, an arsonist. I just love fire. I used to literally get a box of matches at my mum's house, and I'll flick them out the window, flick them with a light, and loads of matches would be collected to the drain pipe because I'd be flicking like a whole box of matches, see how much I can light them up and how far I can fling them. Mum doesn't know about that, but now you do. So there you go.
Right, so you were a proper weird. I wouldn't call you weird. I'd call you a bit dangerous.
Oh yeah, I was a dangerous kid, man.
But today, guys, we are going to be talking about the weirdest things we've done as a kid, because the main topic of this episode is divorced parent trauma. And I feel like divorced parent kids end up being really weird fuckers. And we asked you guys on Instagram, what's the weirdest thing you did as a kid? Whether you had divorced parents or not, we're just going to read them out because some of them are fucking so strange.
Yeah.
So I screenshotted some on my phone. So we're going to read out you guys' first, and then we'll talk about our weirdest things we've done.
Good.
When I was younger, my granddad stayed at our house. It was a rare occasion as he had dementia. My mum put signs around the house saying what everything was. There was a sign for the toilet, a sign for a bedroom, etc. I thought it was the most amazing idea to change the signs to you've been kidnapped. So my poor granddad went into complete shock and horror when he read the sign. That's not weird, that's just so evil. No, that's fucked up.
That is goated. That's goated. Oh my god, to see his fucking imagine.
No, because my nana nearly had, I think she had a bit of dementia on her way out on her last few days, and she used to have signs like all around the house. God bless her if she read, you've been kidnapped.
Do you know what my grandma needed? She had dementia real bad, and she needed to know that she bought so many bin bags. She used to buy 15 rolls of bin bags every time she got out shopping. She used to go out shopping 3 times a week. She had a whole fucking cupboard of just bin bags, mate. She'll keep forgetting every time.
Did she have like loads of chocolate too, or something of the sort?
Dog treats, chocolates, bleach, you name it.
And
she
perfume.
got it.
You gave me some perfume.
Oh yeah,
Got your dead Nat's perfume.
Yeah, it smells well nice. Reminds me of her, you know.
Thank you, Granny. Yeah, so when I wear it, I'm like,
say thank you to Granny. She's right here.
Thank you, Granny.
You're welcome.
Was it Imperial Armani or something?
Yeah, I don't know. White diamonds. She likes white diamonds.
Yeah, it was really nice.
White diamonds. If you're wearing white diamonds and you're around me, God, you make me think like you're my grandma or something, man. I'm like, oh my God, this reminds me of home.
So I remind you of your.
No, but it reminds me of like happiness. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So it's not like.
I get fucking turned on by that shit. What the fuck? Oh, you smell like my granny. That's fucked, Isabella. Imagine though, getting like thinking that you're kidnapped. I don't know how I'd react to that, but surely he would forget that he's kidnapped at some point.
I mean, yeah, but for that moment in time, you fucking probably run out of the house. That happened a lot with my nana. She would just
Battle the house.
Yeah.
My grandma thought there was
It's dangerous.
a monkey in her house.
Oh.
And 2 men in black suits watching her at all times in the day.
Men in black.
Yeah, but looked like a young little boy who's dead or something.
Fuck
I don't
that.
fucking know.
No.
I'm just being honest, man. Trauma.
Someone said, poo in the garden like a dog. Me and my sisters used to do that. I actually made my sister shit in a crisp packet once in the garden. It was a prawn cocktail packet.
Good choice.
It was after school. And she really needed a poo, and I was just like, do it, poo in the crisp packet, because we didn't have keys to get in, because my mum was somewhere. So she did a big fat log in a Walker's crisp packet.
But I respect the choice of flavours. Did you eat was it on the ground already? Or
What?
did you eat the...
No, it was like from our lunch, so we nibbled on the crisps and then used
So you were like, hold on, let me just eat the last bit of my prawn
yeah,
cocktail.
let me cook.
You don't even know what it means, you're just saying it. Hold on, I've got that dog in me. Hold on, let me cook.
I feel like this is really relatable. Eat wet flannels in the bath and squeeze the water and soap into my mouth. I used to do that all the time. I can actually taste it right now. Like I miss that taste. Why? What you're about to say?
I used to get wet flannels, put them on my face, tilt my head up so the shower head and the water will hit my face, and I feel like I'm drowning.
What the fuck? That's a form of what's the word? Torture.
I did it because it's a form of torture, but I did it in case I did get tortured, that I would know how to suffer.
How did you know what that was as a
I
young age?
can tell you now, I have no idea, but I remember putting it and I'm like, I can't fucking breathe, man.
And
I was like lying there. It's like having a cold shower. Like, how long could you last? And I was just there, like my head tilted up, wet flannel on my face, my mouth open, water going straight on my face. I'm like 30 seconds, I can do better. Again.
To be fair, I used to do that, but just like putting my head under the water and just like holding my breath.
Whoa, that's so crazy, dude. Oh my God, I've never ever heard anybody do that ever.
Played doctors with my best friend and inspected each other's fannies with gloves on.
Hold on. Let's just talk about that for a second. I want to know how old you were. To be fair, any age, that's fucked up.
To be fair, I did do something similar. Not that weird. Not that technical.
To who?
No. Nah, let me cook.
Shut the fuck up.
So basically, me and my sister, we had a neighbour who was a boy, and we were both really young. This was so like innocent. We were both just like realised that we have different genitalia, I guess. Yeah. And he was like, well, I'll show you my willy if you show me your fanny. So we just got out.
Smart boy.
Oh. We just got out.
He's got that dog in him. He's a Riz god. Tell you that. He's got a degree in Rizology, mate.
So we're both just staring You're like, oh.
Do you want to see mine go hard?
Ew. Ew. Did you ever have baths with people?
No.
No.
Because my sisters are like 10 years older than me, so that'd be really fucked.
Oh,
I'm 5
so
and
you
they're
never-
15, and they're like, go on then. Let me scrub you down. No, thank you.
You didn't have any like family friends?
No.
They would always just put us in the bath together.
I actually had no family friends.
So I want to know the weirdest thing you ever did as a kid.
Oh, I don't know. I remember one of the times me and my sister Becky, I don't know how it happened, but me and her just got like, really into beatboxing, like big time. And I remember me and her used to send each other like clips or like videos. Like, God, did you just hear that guy beep? He spitted so hard.
How old were you?
That bass was so fat. I can't believe you can make that from his mouth. And me and Becky used to be like, damn, that shit's fire, bro. I loved it. I don't know. I was probably like, I ranged from probably 14 to like 18, 19.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's like 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
But I haven't beatboxed in a while. Like, I'm not a good beatboxer.
You always tell me you have, well, you don't really bring it up that much. You tell me that you did beatboxing, but you never actually do it for me. I'll be like, oh, let me hear a little bit. And you never would do it. You get like proper shy.
Yeah, I'm really shy.
But why?
Because it's like, I'm not claiming I'm good. And I know that I'll be someone who would just judge me and be like, what the fuck? And I'm not claiming to be good. I just like...
Do you think if you kept at it, you would have been good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember once I was at uni, right? And I was playing pool in the common area, and there was like probably like 40 people around us, and I'm saying hi. It's like one of the first weeks at uni, playing a little pool. I just hear this guy walk around the corner just beatboxing. And I like turn to him, I was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh, you beatbox? And he's like, yeah, man. I'm trying to make friends and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, I beatbox. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I like beatboxing too. I like listening to Godfish. He's like, oh shit, you beatbox? You want to have a beatbox battle right now?
No way.
And I went, nah, bro. And then he just went fucking in. He just did like the loudest beatboxing. Everybody in the common room turned around. And I look at him. And he's looking at me. He's like doing the whole moves and shit. Like, what's up? Like beatboxing. And I was like, oh my fuck, what have I done? What have I done? I didn't return. I didn't go, fine. If you want it, have it your way. I didn't just go like, all this spitting, all this shit.
You didn't even beatbox?
No, I just looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
This poor guy, he wanted the smoke. He wanted a
I ain't gonna give. I just asked him, do you like it? He was like, oh, so you want to go then, bro? I was like, why is everyone American? But I was like, no.
Competition? Is it competitive?
Mate, it can be very feisty. Very feisty.
Oh, you got scared.
I did get scared.
Can
and I was
you
like,
give me a little bit? Right now, come on. Show everyone your skill, your hidden talent. We all know it's not going to be perfect, right? You've been rusty. You haven't done it in a few years.
oh my god, this actually makes me feel sick.
If I close my eyes...
Shut up with that shit. If I shut my eyes and turn around, it's all the people on the other side of the camera listening to this shit is what's bothering me. It's not you.
You can't see them right now. All you can see is a camera.
Yeah, but wait till I get those little comments. Oh, you like rap. I'll probably do. I could do a like little bass.
Okay,
for
go
you.
on.
Fuck's sake. Okay.
Go.
Oh my god, I've gone really red.
Go on.
Oh no. That's it. And I've gone really red. I'm really embarrassed.
So good. That was so good.
I'm so embarrassed. I can feel my whole body temperature has gone to my face.
That was so good.
No, it wasn't.
James, that was when you did the last bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, people might not say that that's talent, but me try to do that.
Yeah, I can sing and do it at the same time, but that's just literally never going to happen. That's not 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 going to happen. You can't even pay me enough money to do that. Yeah? You're getting there. You can do it. Yeah.
See, it's difficult.
It is difficult.
So what you just showed is pure talent.
Thank you.
Mind you.
Thank you. And swiftly moving on.
Okay.
What did you do as a child? Which is weird.
I was a pretty really weird child, to be honest. Off the top of my head, I remember me and my sister. And our friend, we all love Nick Jonas so much.
Mm-hmm.
So one day we just decided to write "I Heart Nick Jonas" on our bums. We all did each other's bum, like just got like.
Wait, hold on. How old?
I'm gonna say 10.
Okay, and with pen?
Yeah, with pen, with Sharpie, "I Heart Nick Jonas," and then we're like, okay, let's go show your mum. So we go downstairs and we're like, Amanda, and we just go pull our trousers down and just put our asses in her face, and it just "I Heart Nick Jonas." There's a photo somewhere.
Oh, fuck hell. Paul Nick Jonas, if you ever hear this, I can't believe you had that.
No, he was, oh my God, such a big crush. I'd have dreams about him. Because if you ever watched the Camp Rock film where he's like, I like cheese, but not on pizza, please. I don't know, he's singing to this girl or whatever. I used to dream about that, and I would pretend that I'm the girl, and I'd actually get so horny thinking about it.
What the fuck? What? You were 10, bro.
That was my first sexual experience.
How did you know what horny even meant at 10? You go, oh God, I'm fucking horny.
No. Well, there was one girl in JoJo's class who had so much knowledge from a really young age. Like from like 7, she knew what sex was. And I was like, right, okay. So she like went around and told us all. But the first like time I realised that horny was a thing was we were with like our family friends sat in our front room and we were watching Step Brothers, and this boy, we were watching the scene where if you watch Step Brothers, you know where the woman's like, I want to shove you up my fanny and keep you there all day. I want to keep, like, I want that to be your home and you can just live in my fanny or whatever. She says something along those lines. And he goes, my willy is tingling right now. Does anyone else feel that? And then Jojo was like, I can't remember what she said, something to do, like explained it to him, but yeah.
What? That is mad.
I know. That's a weird thing to get horny over.
Did you get tingly?
No.
So he got a boner. Who's this guy?
I'm not telling you.
No, not what his full name and address. Like, was he your cousin or some shit?
No, just family.
A family friend. Okay. And he just what was your family watching or just you guys?
No, just the kids.
So imagine like your mum was there and he's just like, has anybody else got a tingly feeling in their dick?
No. It's just like, you know, like when you're having like, my mum was having a party, so all the kids are stuck in the living room.
Yeah.
What else did I do? This is actually quite weird.
Okay.
Well, I've got 2 things. One, I used to be, you know that trend on TikTok where it's like telling your sister trauma?
Mm-hmm.
I gave my sister trauma by the way I treated her, so I would always make her do really weird things with either piss or shit. And basically one time we were in the bath, because we used to have baths together, of course, because we were young. I think this was when we were like really young, like 6.
Yeah.
I used to always just torment her, and we were in the bath and I said to her, if you close your eyes and open your mouth, you'll get a surprise. And she was like, oh yeah, okay, what surprise is that? I stand up and piss in her mouth.
You are tapped, bro.
I know, that's tapped. And I remember her going, and then she's like, Mom! And I was telling my mum, I can't remember what my mum said. I don't remember getting told off. I think my mum was just more in shock, like, I am a devil.
Yeah, she thought she'd just birth Lucifer. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
My mum told me that I used to go up to her and be like, I'm an evil genius, so...
Oh, I haven't heard that story before. I heard that the whole time in America, by the way. Every car journey, Laurie would just be like...
such an evil genius. Yeah. So yeah, I was an evil genius.
I've done something a bit weird as a kid.
What?
Well, not weird. I used to, when I was my dad... So I used to, my mum and dad divorced, obviously.
Yeah.
So I go down to my dad's.
Uh-huh.
And I would be so scared from watching horror movies at a young age, like 13, 14, even 15, that I need the light on in my room. Because I was petrified, man.
Yeah.
And my house was scary. So I was really upset, and I was really worried about going down to my dad's, because my dad would never let me ever have the light on, and he wouldn't understand. He's like, you're too old for this. You're 15 now. You know, you're 14. You're getting too old. You can't have the light on.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? What's the problem with you, man? Like, I need the light on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to cry otherwise, Chief. Do you want me to cry at your house? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I gets to the night, and, the night of me going down to my dad's. My dad lived 2.5 hours away. And I remember he's picking me up in the Sainsbury's car park. My mum pulls up in the Sainsbury's car park, and I see my dad's car. They get out. I bring my little bags over, and put my bags in the boot. He goes, what the fuck is that, James? I said, it's a lamp. Why have you got a lamp? Because you won't let me turn the main light on, so I bought my own lamp so I can keep it on all night.
Aww.
And then he goes, no. And then my mum is like, yeah, he is. He's having that fucking lamp. He's going to have that lamp. He's going to have it on all night. And I was like, see, Dad? I'm having this fucking light on.
I mean, that's not weird.
I haven't finished.
Oh, okay.
So I go down to my dad's and for some reason, if you watch The Conjuring, do you know when that girl jumps off the wardrobe?
That. Yeah. No, that's
I had a wardrobe that looked exactly like that, and I used to fear that when I turn the light off, some girl's gonna jump on like from the wardrobe into my bed. So I'd always have the light on. So I remember once I had the light on, and I'm about to go to sleep. Someone just swings open the door, turns the light off, shuts the door. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
What, your dad did that?
I was like, yo.
This guy.
So this guy, oh my God. So I was like, fuck this, get out of bed, open this door, but I'm going to turn the light back on. Why'd you turn my light off? It's like, you just need to go to bed. I will if I have the light on, otherwise I won't. So I go back, have the light on, knock on the door. Ooh.
Oh my God,
at the same time again.
Shot time.
All right, let's just do this shot and I'll carry on with the story.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so he comes in, turns the light off again for the same time. And he goes, no one's going to come at you. If you really get scared, you can knock on our door or you can shout for us. It's not going to be a problem. I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
Light goes off. I'm just about to get to sleep. I feel a kick in my back.
What?
My back flinches. I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't want to turn around. I'm like shaking. I'm like,
is it your dad?
No, it's my dad. I'm shaking. Right. And then all I hear is, I'm like, Dad! He burst in. He's like, what? I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? Found out it was that my cat was fighting another cat outside the window. But it didn't explain the kick. So.
Oh my God. So you need that light.
Yeah,
then?
I had the light on for the rest of the night.
Yeah, fighting.
Because I literally shat myself.
Yeah, prissy.
Yeah. I had the light on for ages. Cheers.
I don't want to do this. Oh.
Got to take another one.
No.
We got an alarm at the same time.
James.
Chief, it's the rules. It's the rules. You know it's the rules.
It's not fair.
It's the rules, Chief. So, but yeah, I just feel like that's kind of the situation you get sometimes when you have divorced parents. The other one doesn't really understand because they're not with you the whole time. Yeah. They don't understand what you're like day to day. They just get you for the weekend or some holidays and they think, who the fuck is this kid that I brought back? He's changed since the last time I saw him.
But also, guys, while we're talking about divorced parent trauma, we want you guys to know that obviously there are a small percentage of you guys that might have, successful divorced parent situation going on. We know this isn't for everyone, but this is just like what we went through, I guess.
And I mean, I don't really know many people that have their parents still together. So if your parents are still together, then fucking lucky bastards.
Fella.
But
okay, let's do
it is what it is. Cheers to divorced parents.
Ew!
You spat a lot out.
Yeah, I did. It had to come out, right?
Okay. So where do you want to go with this divorced parent trauma?
Shit's about to get deep, guys.
Yeah, man, I don't like talking about this. It will make me cry.
It's really uncomfortable, actually. This is the shit I have to talk about in therapy.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. It is heavy, but it is what it is. I just feel so uncomfortable already. Buckle up, bitches.
So, where should we start?
All right, therapist. Let's start at the beginning.
Let's start. Okay, so I don't know if ours, experience was the same, but for me, my parents split when I was young. I was like 5. So I don't really remember them much being together ever. And the only time I remember them being together is when I had to actually break up a fight. Like, we had just moved into the house that my mum has been in since I was 5 years old. Because my sister, obviously, we needed more room because I had Jojo. I had Jojo. My mum had Jojo. So they were like arguing in my mum's room, and I just remember going in going, "Mum, stop, what are you doing?" And they were just fighting. So that's the only memory I have of them even existing in the same room. What about you?
I've none. So I think they divorced when I was 5. So my older sisters were there. They were like 18, I think. I don't know how old they were. I think my mum and dad were together for like 15, 17 years. So quite a long time.
Yeah, that is long.
But I don't actually have any memories of my mum and dad together, which is sad because even though I only know my dad as my dad and my mum as my mum, not as like a couple, do you know what I mean, as like single people, it's really weird for my head to understand them together and like, having a life together.
Yeah.
Because I hear stories from my sisters. Like, oh yeah, do you remember when we did this as a kid and dad did this? And do you know what booked me out the most? I saw a clip when Granny passed away. Mum got these clips. She found some clips and she showed me this like CD of what I was like as a kid. Because I used to go to my grandma's house when I was like 1 or 2, and she lived in France. And my dad was there, and there was a video of me, my mum and my dad like playing with me. And like my dad picking me up and like carrying me around, and that would just fucking send me spiraling, man. I was like, that is fucked. It's just like, I just can't, my brain can't comprehend. I was like, it is so weird to see that because I don't ever have, I've never experienced that. So to see that happen to me and me not remembering it, like I get annoyed at myself. Like, why wouldn't you remember that? Do you know what I mean?
Because you were like, how old?
1.
Did they split when you were like 5? Then?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. But it's just annoying because it's like I just want something, at least one memory together, but I just will never have that.
But then would it be more hard? Because the thing is with me, like basically when I was around 15, I knew someone who their parents had recently split, and I was looking at her like, why are you so upset? But obviously she had every right to be upset because your parents are splitting, your family life is going to be so different. But because I don't have any memories of my mum and dad together, it was like almost normal for me. So I was looking at her like, well, it's just fine. Like, life's calm.
Yeah, I know what
Even
you mean.
though realistically it wasn't fine.
Worse.
Lying to myself.
Do you know what? I don't actually really know anybody who has divorced, like their parents get divorced when they're old. Like I always find it that they were young as well.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, when I hear about people getting like, oh my, they're 18, like, oh my mum and dad getting divorced.
I feel like that's less
you're
common.
18 and they're getting I was like, what the fuck? That's so strange.
Do you know what that is? I think most people I know, the parents divorce when they're around like 5 years old. I feel like that is the parents being like, right, this is not going to work. Let's just end this. And then I feel like when the parents divorce around 18, I think they do that because they're like, okay, we're going to let the kid like grow up in the same household, we're going to raise them, and then once they're 18, old enough, we'll leave. I feel like that's quite common too.
Yeah, I know, that's just tough, man, because it also makes me feel like if I was that kid, and people listening might have the same experience, like the 18 divorce, I'd just be a bit like, what's fucking the whole 18 years
it
is
was
bullshit.
A lie. Yeah,
it's like, why you like, I'd rather them not be together and just them individually be happy, because I just feel like I've just made them do something for 18 years that they didn't want to do.
Did you have a positive experience? Like, experience? Why did my voice do that? But like, obviously divorce can be a positive thing, and it can actually be a better thing, especially if like your mum and dad aren't getting on at all. Like, it's better to be apart than together in the same household, just causing havoc. I feel like it's healthier for the kid for the two parents to be separated, and I know it can go positively. For you, did it feel positive? Like, did you think you had a good system going on? Like, for me, I saw my dad every other weekend, and that felt weird for me, I'd say, because one, he didn't have his own house, so whenever I would see him, it would be like new home, new girl, like just nothing was stable on that part. And I didn't have a room that kind of looked like my own, whereas at my mum's house, it's like very much that's my room.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get that though, isn't it? Like, there's always going to be whoever you're living with as a main parent. You'll have your room, and then you'll have like what they call your room, but it's like a spare room.
No, because sometimes like kids see their parents equally, like 1 week there,
well, it depends how far. Like, I used to have that when I lived in Weston-super-Mare.
Oh, did you?
I used to, because they lived together. Well, not lived together, they lived so close because Weston-super-Mare is so small. They just, one of them will have you for 1 week and I'll have another week. But it got to a point where I remember living with my dad.
Yeah.
And I miss my mum so much that I used to write her Peter Rabbit little checks from Peter Rabbit, and we used to send them to each other in secrecy. I don't know if it was that secret, because I don't know exactly what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think it was that secret, but we sent each other cards. But obviously, my dad wouldn't go through the cards. But it should be like, "Oh, I love you so much, James. Stay strong," or like, "I miss you." And then I'd be like, "I know," and I send her back because I never really used to see her because she used to work like night shifts and stuff, and I used to obviously be at school all day. But then that also makes me feel guilty for my dad, because it doesn't mean I didn't love my dad or didn't love being with my dad. I just loved them both, and I wanted to be with them both, but I just couldn't.
Especially if your home at your mum's house is more personal to you, you're obviously going to miss that stability, whereas when you're at the other parent's house that you don't see as much.
I just don't know what it was, because it was equal measures, so I don't know.
Well, also sometimes you are just closer to the mum, like it's quite rubbish, but sometimes that's just how it is.
I don't know what it was. I just, it's just how it was, and I was like, okay, and then ended up living with my mum for a bit, I believe. And then the one thing that I always feel guilty about, even though it's probably not even true and I made it up in my head, is that when I was, I don't know why my head's painting out to be this picture. Maybe it was like trauma, I don't know, trying to like forget, or maybe made it like this because it's funny. I don't know. But I remember I was like Christmas at my dad's one time, and I remember my mum picking me up from my dad's like Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day. I'm like, all right, cool, we're going to go see your cousins up in Leamington Spa. I was like, all right, cool. So we go up, say goodbye to my dad. She never came back. And I was like, what the fuck? But I know that's not how it was. Because I know that my mum would have been like, well, no, we're going to live up there. But I don't think I really understood what that meant. Well,
maybe because you're a kid, you haven't been told everything, whereas your dad probably knew but didn't make it a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I remember my mum saying something like, she did tell me beforehand, but I can't remember that. I'm not saying that they're wrong, but like, I just don't remember. That's not how my mind remembers it. Yeah. But I know that my dad wouldn't have just fucking left, and then my dad would have no idea. So but that's how I feel. That's how I felt it happened, and I've always just had this like sinking regret. Like one time, I just abandoned my dad, and I just never really saw him properly after that again. And then it's kind of caused like this, like I've got a really close relationship with my mum, but not super close to my dad. Yeah, and I hate that just because I just feel awful.
Yeah, I feel like kids at a young age, when they have divorced parents and it's never really equal, or you just form that stronger bond with one of the other parents, I feel like as a kid you experience guilt from a young age, either from yourself, like, oh, I feel bad I'm not seeing both my parents, even though it has nothing to do with you, like you're the kid in the situation. If you feel almost like it's your fault, and then you also, if you have like a toxic whole situation going on with it, you can feel guilt from the parents. Like, for example, like my dad would be like, I would be very aware that I'm not seeing him on Christmas, I'm not seeing him on his birthdays. He would say like, oh yeah, we'll just like pretend Christmas is this day because it's too hard to be alone for Christmas by myself. And then like as a kid you're like, oh my god, I feel so bad. And then also, leaving, like saying goodbye to him, like when he drops you off back to your mum's, like, ugh.
Yeah, that man, that was tough. Like I never had my dad never was like that. I was like, oh right, then yeah, it's too hard to be alone. But he did make it out, because that I must imagine that must have been quite tough, like having your dad say that.
Oh yeah, like you feel like this horrible feeling. I can feel it now.
Yeah, it's shit. You're gonna cry? So I was about to cry as well. Huh? It's okay to feel like that. Huh? It's okay to feel like that.
The tequila has got to me. Oh. I think it's making me cry because even in therapy I can't even talk about it.
Fucking hell, you're making me cry. Fucking bitch.
What is wrong with us? No, I think that just like that feeling of guilt, like everything else I can deal with, but that just like pit in your stomach, like it just makes me feel so uncomfortable. All I can do is cry. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I remember, like, I just hate I hate now that I'm older as well, that's like, it's my choice now. Like, I liked it when I was a kid, where I was like, right, you're going to spend Christmas with your dad this year, and you're going to spend Christmas with your mum this year, all right. But now when I get older, like, you just got to pick. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
It's just like
that's rough.
I hate that.
But it's also like you're the kid. Like, I feel like some parents don't realise what they're actually doing to their children when they say way too much to them, and also when they try to make themselves seem like the better parent, like from both sides. They'll be like, oh, your dad did this, or oh, your dad's such a this or that, or your mum's such a this or that. I really don't agree with that, and I know parents don't realise that they're doing it sometimes. They're just trying to make themselves feel better in the situation because they don't want to, like, I feel like parents have that fear that their kids are going to turn against them, or something like that. And I completely understand in the sense of, you know, sometimes when it's not equal with the living situation, with the parent who has you full time, they kind of turn into like the bad cop, and then the parent that sees you less, in the kid's eyes, it's like he's the good cop, in the sense of, when I live at my mum's, you know, she's the one that has to be strict, she's the one that has to tell me to do my homework, eat vegetables, all of that. So I resent her in a way, like, oh, why are you being like that? Because at dad's, he lets me have a whole fucking pot of Ben and Jerry's, which is not good in a sense. Like, a whole kid having a whole tub, like, diabetes is on the way for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean with the good cop, bad cop stuff. Yeah. Because, like, you know, I don't have to explain it again, but you're exactly right. But with my dad, it actually, I hate speaking about this. Mm-hmm.
It's so uncomfortable.
But it's not even that reason. Like, I will speak to anybody about it, but I just, like, because I know that my mum will be listening to this, and maybe my dad, and I don't want any problems. Mm-hmm. And it is tough.
Yeah. Because you don't want to upset them. Like, it's not to do with them. It's just your feelings as a child, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no, like, right or wrong. I hate this.
I just feel bad. I don't want anybody to, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on anyone. But it's just, yeah. Like, no, I don't know. No one's done anything wrong. Yeah. Like, I'm happy where I am now. But it's more like, I just don't ever talk about this to my dad because I don't ever want to upset my dad. Mm-hmm. I don't have the balls to speak to my dad about the situation because I find it really tough.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not laughing.
No, I know, but I also now feel bad speaking about it on a podcast, not to him.
Yeah, but it's easier.
It's just, yeah.
Well, I mean, I can talk about mine more because, you know, my dad is not alive anymore. Yeah. So it's like I can talk freely, I guess, without that fear that he's going to listen. Mm. Also, like, sometimes when you don't see a parent for that long, normally the conversations always go to, oh, I haven't seen you in ages. Like, oh, when am I going to see you again? And it builds up that guilt you already feel. And then it kind of scares you for the next time you're going to see them. It, like, builds up that anxiety. Because that's how I felt with my dad anyway. Even though I knew he wasn't meaning it in a bad way, he was just telling me he misses me and he wants to see me more. But in my head, I'm like, oh God, like, I don't know when I'm next going to see you, and now I'm stressing about that because, you know, I'm at college, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like.
Yeah, it's just everything gets on top of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like it's your responsibility to make the plans when it's not yours, it's theirs.
But I think it depends how old you are, really. It's like if I'm 22 now years old, I could do myself.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But
and sometimes I just wish that I was just born from a fucking tube, from nobody but just cells, and I don't have any parents, and I could just live my single life just floating through the fucking ether, mate.
Well, I think that's why one of the reasons I still live in Brighton is because I want to have a good relationship with my mum. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be, I know the importance of family. I know, like, how important it is to have them around. Like you can trust your family. Well, most of the time you can. But, like, with friends and stuff, friends come and go. But your family is going to be there for a very long time. And I just think with, like, obviously my dad not here anymore, it's like, I need to make my relationship with my mum, like, good, even no matter, like, the situation. So sometimes I feel like I hold myself back in a way. Like, obviously I do like Brighton and I like living here, but say if I just randomly had a thought, oh, I want to go live in fucking Scotland, I feel like I wouldn't actually do it. And I don't know if I'm now holding myself back because of the guilt I feel. Like, even though I have nothing to feel guilty for, I feel guilty for the thought of even wanting to move somewhere else,
Well, yeah, because it's like your mum's moved from America from her family to live here. So she's done what you are thinking, not thinking of doing, but like what you just thought.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like, I've said to you, oh fucking, I'll live in America. Like, in a heartbeat, I'll live in America.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, family. And like, I get that. I fully get that. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I've got one life. Got to live for me.
I know, it's so hard.
I fully understand that. That is difficult. And I get that it's tough. But Brighton's a lovely place. And I would never want to move.
It is a lovely place.
I would move for you.
It's just peak because I've lived here my whole life and I feel like I'm not experienced. Didn't go to uni. Like, I literally have not experienced anything new apart from the job I do.
I do think uni would have been good for you just to get out of the town.
Me too. But then again, I don't regret it because I wouldn't be doing social media.
Yeah.
If I was at uni, and I probably would have hated all the work.
But you could travel, you could go see places.
Yeah, that's
you could even do it a year in Australia. My sister Becky, she used to go to Australia for like 6 months all the time. She used to live in it, like used to go to Dubai and live there for a bit. Just like, fuck it, why not? Like, you're young, you have that time.
Can I go to Australia for a year? We're in a relationship.
But I would go with you.
You would go to Australia for a year.
Yeah.
So why don't we do it then?
Well, we can do it, but it's whether you want to go for a year.
Yeah, man. I would. I genuinely would.
The thing is, it's like you also got to be very wary that you might fall in love with Australia and never want to come back.
I know.
And then you got to think about that.
Yeah, that's rough.
But also, you can't just pop to fucking Australia and just live there. You've got to get a visa.
Yeah,
it's fucking far, but you've got to get a work visa.
You've got to work there. The importance of travelling. Like, I'm meant to be going to Thailand in a few weeks. Not a few weeks. Month? 2 months. And it's like, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Like, I want to make travelling work, even though I've got like priorities in Brighton. I still want to be able to. I don't want to regret anything.
No, but you never. If you go to Bali or Thailand, whenever you're going to go, like you can't regret it. You'll get everything you need to do before you go, and you go and enjoy it. But with Australia, you're gonna have to move your whole business out there. You're gonna have to move. Like, we have to do a podcast out there. We're not gonna stop that shit, and we're gonna have to like fucking do all this again. I'm not doing this shit again. This fucking set took me fucking so long.
Literally, the only reason we still live in this mold-fested flat is because we can't be bothered to take this down.
Yeah, we got the fucking damp inspector coming today at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Like fucking an hour to check there's damp on the wall. Came here for 15 minutes and I was like, fuck me. And I was like, there's mold in the garage. Don't care about that. I'm not looking at the garage.
I haven't been in the garage in so long. I'm scared to go in there.
Fucking bad. The mold is outrageous. I walk into the garage and because we've got a window in the garage which is rotten and literally not a window, it's just a hole.
Yeah.
A fucking cat came in and scratched all the leather sofas we have in there because it's a little bit of a man cave.
Yeah.
I'm fucking fuming the second day got in there. So do you know what I did? Got a painting really cheap and I fucking drilled it into the wall. This cat's not going to get in here, mate. But what's that caused? Air pockets for damp just to fucking come through and it's just festered, mate. Just so much damp on the leather sofa.
I think we're boring people with our mould. I feel like if you live in Brighton, this is very niche to you because every person that I know who rents in Brighton has a mould problem.
Yeah, I remember.
It's fucked up. Well, I think we've spoke for long enough.
Yeah, this is a really deep episode. I feel like.
I hope I've got my words out correctly.
No, same.
Because obviously it's a hard topic to speak about.
I just don't want to upset anybody. And I don't want to come across as a fucking prick.
Or a pussy.
I don't give a shit if I come across as a pussy. I don't care. I really don't care. I just don't want to get really upset. Thank you guys for listening. And again, thank you for the constant support. Rate this 5 stars if you enjoy it. Follow. We're doing loads of stuff on TikTok and Instagram at the moment. And also on shorts on YouTube. So just... we're everywhere, basically. And we're also now, again, like we said, on Apple Podcasts. Some of you guys have been listening to Apple Podcasts, which is crazy. So if you're from the Apple Podcast section, hello, guys. This is crazy because it's a new thing. And if you're from Spotify or YouTube, nice to see you back here.
Get us in the charts.
Yeah, get us. Well, we're on the charts.
Yeah,
so
which is really cool.
That's pretty cool. So I'm just, very grateful. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it as much as we are.
Well, we'll see you next Thursday with maybe a more light-hearted episode.
Fucking please, mate, because I want to cry on the podcast again. Might cut that shit out. You know what I mean?
All right, bye guys.
Bye-bye.